All right. Exactly how I thought it would go. I was talking with Corey today. I mentioned 55-51, but I was off by 2, Shane. Player of the game, you know what it is? It doesn't have anything to do with her double-double. Peyton McDaniel, plus 11. Most important stat on the stat sheet. She was absolutely wonderful, though. She was, from the very beginning, I thought just took control of the game and established the tempo, established how hard we were going to play. She was phenomenal. And I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be a poor soul that gets, when she starts making threes, how we all know how she makes threes. It's going to be a fun game to watch on that one because it's coming. So she was great. I thought great team effort, and I thought we had a great performance, bounce back from Anna Goodman. She was clutch for us. I mean, you go down the line. I could go into each individual, and I didn't think Bree started great. She ends up finishing Hawking number 5, Jayla Earp. Zakiah was necessary down the stretch after couldn't get out of foul trouble. Jamia, filled that time, even though I know she struggled with the press a little bit. But just big time team effort for us today. Great defensive effort.
This may go to a little bit what you're saying about Peyton. She has this kind of game even when she's 1 for 8 from 3 and everything. But this comes off wrong, but you've had teams that would have lost this game
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what did this team do differently to overcome the press? You still turn it over 20 times, but you don't shoot it well. You struggle in some areas and still beat a pretty solid team.
Yeah, they are. What it was for me is just the defensive end and the commitment to that. And so that's where I think this team is and can be, is that they have bought into that end of the floor. And I'm trying to remember how many points Loyola scored. 50s? 83, 54? 54, right? And so regardless of the team, your defensive commitment is just that, right? And it's not perfect, but one of the things we did today, right, high ball screen, they did a lot of roll and rise, and we switched that afterwards. So we would hedge, and the top hedger would go back to the rising post player, and I thought it was really good. I thought it's a hard thing to deal with, and so they're bought into that, right? And some of our players defend better than others, but you're bought into holding East Carolina to 28%, 20% from 3, and we foul too much, right? But that's what this is, because I agree with you. It's like you could feel they had some momentum going. Now we made just enough right plays against that press where we get Anna a couple points in the fourth, right? 6 points I think it was in the fourth. But the defensive effort holds them down enough where we can not shoot it well. Just you, Shane.
No.
Just you.
Another thing I know, especially with the traps early on in the season, there's always going to be some struggles there. But then to see Annalisa be able to kind of be the leak out and get a couple of those, what were some of the things that you were seeing about that and moving forward, what to expect?
Yeah, it's just what we're going to have to deal with. And we scheduled this game for a couple of reasons. Local, we always go against them in recruiting. But it's like more of a Sun Belt team than anybody else on our non-conference schedule. Like, not Villanova's not a Sun Belt team, right? Loyola, Kent State, those aren't Sun Belt teams. This is a Sun Belt team. So, all right, where are we at? How are we doing? Okay, we need work against the press. Got it. We need work in pressure situations, traps, stuff like that, when you take the joystick out of my hands, right? Where I love doing the pretty stuff and you get it to Susha and pay. No, man, you're going to have to play this game. And that's what we had to do. And I thought we did a overall good enough job. Not great, right? And I went in there and 20 is too much, and we're not doing that. That's not how we're going to play this year. It's going to cost us when we don't want it to. So in the end, I thought there's more good than bad, but it was good to see where we need some work, and that's what we're doing this for.
I mean, well, they were going to a 23 joiner like all game, but I mean they were going to definitely the fourth quarter too. I mean, in terms of like your bigs that were having to match up on her, like what do you think they did well to kind of slow her down? But also she did get a few buckets too. So
yeah, I mean the good part is it was team effort today, right? Anytime they ball screened, we switched the matchup. So if Susha was on her, right, now Ashanti has her. If Ashanti's out there hedging, now Susha switches to her. So we were very specific with our scout with her in that she plays like a guard. She's not like overpowering, going to like just bury you underneath the rim. It was like more skilled. So you stay down, keep her in front, contest, and then box her out. And again, I didn't think we did a phenomenal job, right? She has 14 and 12, but the kid's dunking a basketball now. Like this kid, that kid is super talented, and preseason all conference for them. So good, not great job on her, right? And the other one was Jayla Earp, who I want to give a shout out, man. I recruited that kid, and I really liked her, and we had to let her go before she made her decision. I can't remember why. We got somebody else, but I thought she played. I thought she played phenomenal too. So we were just very aware of where Joyner was and what she was trying to do is the answer to your question.
yeah, I mean you said that this team was as close to a Sun Belt team as you're going to play in non-conference. Is that kind of like they kind of matched up with you well, especially in like some of the positions size-wise? Was it that, or was it some other things as well?
Yeah, a little bit of pressing style, zone, but like pressure, athleticism. I thought it was like a rebounding war. I thought it was an absolute war on the glass, and we come away with that. That's the Sun Belt style, right? It's fast, athletic, can get junky at times with this press or this zone, stuff like that. So that's just kind of how it is. And I thought they ran great stuff offensively to get Jayla Earp going, to get the ball to Joyner. And it's the same as Sun Belt, right? They focus. Sun Belt is more of like an individual ISO league than a lot of the CIA was, right? I just didn't feel the same way. It's just they're trying to ISO Joyner, they're trying to ISO Earp, and that's kind of how it fit for me.
Explain this stat to me, please. Again, John Little came up with this one.
Oh boy.
So you're now 33 and 17 since joining the Sun Belt.
Okay.
In games where you have had more turnovers than the opponent. Can you figure that one out? Can you explain that one?
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to figure that. I don't want to turn it over anymore. We do all the other aspects of the game well. That would be my total gut response. I don't get that, man, and we can't continue to. And that's everybody had a hand in it today, right? Everybody but Anna had one. And it's not easy, right? It's hard in those traps, and they're athletic, and they're hitting you. You know, P's dribbling up the right side of the floor, they just whap her in the shoulder. It's like, okay, you don't call that one. So I guess we execute well, we rebound well. I don't really know, but can we get it down? I want to average less than 14. That would be ideal for me. I don't expect to average under 10, just under 14.
What's the secret sauce to maintaining leads in the fourth quarter?
Defense. Can I say that? Okay. I mean, you got a 10-point lead, right? You don't have to score anymore if you just play defense, right? And you will, but that was like always the identity with Lex and Smalls and Coop. It was like we're gonna D up, and we know when it's time to turn up, and we know when it's time to like, okay, you can, second quarter they're taking a second, but the defensive end is it, and it just holds your opponent down, and it gives you chances to make mistakes, I guess is my point. So.
In case we don't get to see you, I know you got Notre Dame coming up next. Just tell me a little bit about what you've seen out of them. Just a little preview about what to expect. I
promise you, I wish I could give you one. I have not watched 1 second. I will today, but it's just not how I work, right? It's like now if Neil Harrell was up here, he's been watching them since they started. I mean, we all know what that is. That's a top 10 team with two of the best guards in the whole country. So we are going up there not to just show up, though. And I'm not trying to sit here and call a victory or anything. No, but like we're not going up there just for the trip. Like we're going up there with the intentions. We're going to try to win the game. How can we? And I don't know that yet. I know who Hannah Hidalgo is, and I know Olivia Miles, and I know they got way more talent than that. But those two especially, I mean, you read about them right on ESPN. I've seen Hannah Hidalgo all through the tournament. Olivia Miles coming off an injury, but they're going to be really good, and we're going into the Lions Den up there. So I wish I had a little bit more tidbits for you. I will by tomorrow afternoon, but it'll be an experience. I hope it's one they'll remember for the rest of their lives.